first of all, Boodle's, your brand, is quite an old one. Do you want to just tell briefly the history of the business?
Yeah, well, our established date is 1798. We've had one shop in Liverpool, which was one of the wealthiest non-capital cities in the world, in about 1910, when my great-great-grandfather bought the business. He had been the manager of this one shop, and so he bought the business. I'm the 5th generation of the family to own and run the business, and we're 100% family owned. And I have 2 nephews now in the business, possibly a son or a daughter who are still only 16-year-old twins in the future.
Why do you think you've lasted so long? What is the secret behind your success?
I think my father was a very capable businessman. His father and grandfather died within 3 months after the Second World War, so he was thrown the keys, really, if you like, in 1945-46 at the age of 24. He got back from Burma. He was capable, very capable. And I like to think my brother and I have sort of vaguely known what we're doing. We've also dispelled the problem of what I call the pyramid share effect with family businesses, where the shareholding gets too diluted. My father bought his 2 sisters out, and we bought our 2 sisters out. So for a company that's been going 214 years, there's effectively only 2 shareholders, my brother and I, which is very rare.
What do you think the future? Do you think it'll always be a family business? Do you think it's... Because that, like you say, the succession thing is the big issue for family businesses. Where do you see it?
I mean, if you'd asked me that question 7 or 8 years ago, I'd have said, I don't know, we may sell. But to be honest with you, we've never really thought it was ours to sell, number one. Number two, my brother's son is in the business, and a mutual nephew, ironically, one of the girls we bought out, her son. And I have 2 children who, if they want to do something else, that's great. But if they want to come to the business, obviously I'd love that. But I'm not asking them to declare their hand yet. So in answer to your question, there is no likelihood of selling any part of the equity at the moment.
You're obviously you're selling very high-end products. Obviously there's a recession on at the moment. We discussed that bit in the panel. But how are you doing in the recession? I read a story recently that your profits are up, turnover's up. Why do you think that is?
Well, year to end of Feb was good. I'll be honest with you, it started getting more difficult from October last year. It has, however, I'd say the last 2 months have been pretty good for us. We've ended up selling several very high-ticket items, which make a tremendous difference to our numbers. So, in answer to your question, it is tough. There are fewer sales, there are fewer numbers of transactions. We've taken the quality and value of the products we sell to a higher level, and fortunately for us, people are buying those things.
And I saw recently you're launching an ECommerce section. Which is, for a brand your age, I suppose it's quite a big development. So what have been the challenges in moving to that online world?
Getting everyone in the company embraced on spending the money on it has been the first challenge, because if you're of the older generation, you might think, well, we don't need that. I'm totally bought into it. I got a very nice letter an email from someone yesterday. A customer said, I've had fantastic customer service in your Bond Street shop, and I wrote back, said, thank you very much indeed. Incidentally, how do you hear about us? Oh, well, I was searching online and I wanted a rub over setting, so I put rub over diamond setting into my Google search and came up with Boodles. That is fantastic for me. I mean, search engine optimization, I don't know much about it, but I can see it's absolutely crucial going forwards.
What about social media? That's obviously the big thing.
Better ask my nephew about that.
Is it a factor in is your market using Twitter and Facebook?
It is beginning to. Luxury goods sector has been a very, very slow adopter of all social media. I personally, I'm 54 years old, but I can see the importance of it because I've got 16-year-old twin who spend their whole time on social media. And okay, they're not customers now, but they could be customers in 10 or 20 years' time. So I think it's absolutely crucial we embrace it wholeheartedly. And with regards to online shopping, which we've just started doing, it started quite well, and I think up to the £7,000 to £10,000 area, and particularly at £1,000 and £2,000, which is our sort of lower end, I think we should do pretty well with it.
And just finally, based on your experience of running the business and what you know of the previous generations, what are 3 tips that you'd give to other people maybe looking to grow a business that lasts 200 years?
Be as good a role model as you can be to the staff. Be prepared to risk. And make sure you get the best possible people to work in your business if you can.